So hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video I am going to talk about my experience with this laptop. I am going to give the solution for the heating issues and one or two applications for the newcomers who want to understand the laptop better. Okay, so throughout the video my English could be a little bit hazy because it's not my native language, but I will try to convey my message to everyone, that everyone should understand, from a newbie to a person who used this laptop since 4-5 months or more. Okay, so let's talk about my experience with this laptop. I have been using this laptop for since 1 year. This is the first generation of the laptop. When it launched, I bought it. So uh, I have played many games in this laptop. For example, GTA, then our Cyberpunk, which is right now installed here, then Finals, then Apex Legend, then CS2, Velo, or many other, which most of the people usually plays, right? So my overall experience with this laptop is it's a very good laptop, it's a very powerful laptop, and whoever wants to buy a laptop should consider this laptop. Let's talk about the motherboard issue of this laptop. So yes, this laptop has the motherboard issue, and many other models. I guess the i5 13 generation and Ryzen processors have more motherboard dead issue than this i5 12450s. But still, most of the redditors are frustrated with this. Most of the users are frustrated with the motherboard issue. Okay, and also let's talk about the battery for the people who wants to buy this laptop. So the battery of this laptop is very bad. It only gives me around 1 or 2 hours of battery backup. So if you want a laptop which you want to carry everywhere, for uh, like to use it on a battery, so I will suggest them to don't buy this laptop. But if you want a laptop which can do everything you throw it at it, so this laptop is one of the best laptop which you can buy. Okay, then am I missing something? So let's talk about the motherboard issue. Okay, so most of the users were thinking, who have already bought this laptop or who are planning to buy this laptop, that after buying this laptop they will use this laptop cautiously. So I don't know who gave them this advice, but my advice to everyone is, after you buying this laptop, use this laptop on full performance. Okay, try to kill this laptop's motherboard. If it gets died within the 5, 10 or 11 days or whatever you do very heavy task on it, if it dies, then the Lenovo will replace the motherboard for you. But if you are thinking of using this laptop cautiously and nothing's gonna happen, that's a very bad advice, because after the warranty gets finished, or after the warranty gets over, the Lenovo will gonna charge you for the motherboard replacement, right? So after buying this laptop, try to kill this laptop. Do a lot of heavy task in it, like run a game and crank all the settings at max, and play those games. Okay, for 1 or 2 days. If the motherboard dies in 1 or 2 days, it means you have the faulty motherboard issue, and they are gonna replace it. Okay, this is a very good advice for everyone, from my side, I guess, because if the if the motherboard dies after your warranty gets finished, then they are gonna charge you, right? I have talked about the motherboard, I have talked about the battery. let's talk about the uh, let's talk about the heating issue of this laptop. So I'm going to show everyone what's happening with these batteries. Okay, so for example, let me just so so as you can see in this sketch, that's our GPU, that's our CPU, and this is our overall laptop, right? So what's happening is most of the laptops with the i5 13 gen or Ryzen processors, Ryzen CPUs have a lot of heating issues, right? So what's happening is I'm going to give everyone a simple analogy, okay? A very simple analogy I'm going to give to everyone, okay? You have seen this image. This is your GPU, this is your CPU, and this is your laptop, right? So what's happening is this is my CPU, right? This is my CPU, okay? So what this CPU needs around 2 voltage of power, 2 watts of power to run any task properly, okay? 2 volt of power to run any task, any game, any software, editing software, then any 3D animation software, okay? So it needs 2 voltage of power to run properly. But what's happening is this is my motherboard, right? This is my motherboard. This is my motherboard, right? So my motherboard is giving this CPU around 4 voltage of power, okay? My CPU needs 2 voltage of power to run properly, but what's happening is my motherboard is giving it 4 voltage of power, right? But what's happening is my CPU doesn't need the extra 2 voltage, right? 4 minus 4 minus 2 is 2 volt, 2 watts are remaining, right? So these 2 watts then getting converted into heat, right? These 2 watts are then converted into heat, okay? Let me refresh it, okay? So that's what happening with every laptop. Their CPU wants around 2 watt to run every task, but the motherboard is giving it 4 watt, okay? So the extra watt is converted into heat, okay? Same is happening with the CPU and same is happening with the GPU. But if you run some application like Riva Tuner, which shows you the temperatures and other overlays, right, of your CPU and GPU, there you can see that your CPU is getting much more hotter than your GPU, right? That's because the CPU is very badly configured, right? What's happening is these laptops are very badly configured from the company, okay? These laptops are very badly configured from the company, but if you configure this laptop as you want it to perform, then these laptops are one of the best laptop at the price range which you are getting it, right? When I bought it at 78k Indian rupees, okay? So 78k Indian rupees giving me a 4050 is one of the best deal anyone can get, right? So let's go again, okay? So how we are going to cater this issue, right? So the first what we can do is, and what a lot of people suggest is, go to Lenovo Vantage and try to run your game into custom mode, right? In custom mode with fan speed full, and here they say use best power efficiency, right? Or you can just use this quiet mode preference, right? So most of the people say use this preset, right? But what's happening is in these presets the CPU and your GPU are like getting very less TDP, okay? Most of the people on Reddit are saying that their GPU is not running at max speed, right? I'm going to show everyone in the overlay that how it's happening. Don't worry about it. If you are new to this, just listen carefully and you are gonna understand what I'm talking about, okay? So this video is going to be a little bit longer, but I will try to convey my message to everyone properly, that everyone should understand what's happening with their laptops, okay? So a lot of redditors will say run this laptop on custom mode, right? In quiet preset, okay? Quiet preset. But in quiet preset what's happening is that GPU and CPU, there's a word for it, and that's a word for it under I forgot the word, but that's happening with the laptop, okay? The GPU needs like around 80, the GPU can handle, my 4050 can handle around 80 watt TDP, right? At 80 watt my laptop, my GPU runs at its full max optimization, max utilization. it can run anything at 80 watt. Okay, if you give it around 45 watt, then your performance will decrease, right? Because your GPU is getting less energy, right? So let's talk about this one. Okay, so this best power efficiency mode is not bad, because you can just do this application and play any game in any. If you are not a person who wants to configure this laptop, then you can just play any game on custom mode. Okay, it's not a bad configuration, it's a good configuration. Just you are going to get a little bit less, what should I say, less performance. Okay, I can say in that way. Okay, so let's okay, so this custom mode has done. So what's the real solution? Okay, what's the real solution, which by using which you can cater the heating issue, cater the best performance issue, and have a very good laptop which you can run for long term, right? The answer to this is you have to undervolt your laptop. Okay, and what's undervolting? So undervolting is nothing but, we are talking about our CPU, right? Our CPU, right? This is our CPU, and this is my motherboard, right? We are talking about the motherboard giving our CPU 4 volt, right? So what we are going to do is, we are going to configure our motherboard in such way that it will give our CPU only 2 watt. Okay, or not exactly 2 watt, but around 2 watt. Okay, it's just an example and an analogy for everyone. Okay, it's not like the motherboard only gives 4 watt, it gives around 35 TDP or something, I forgot, but yeah. So this is our motherboard, this is our CPU. In company's configuration, it exactly gives 4 watt, but your CPU needs 2 watt. Okay, so what that's we are going to do by doing undervolting, right? So how to do undervolting? So to undervolt your laptop, all the Intel users, I think the throttle stop application are not gonna run on Ryzen processors. They have their own AMD utility or something. But if I get something like I will research on it. If AMD processors, if throttle stop can undervolt those Ryzen processor, then I will comment down below. Okay, so let's talk about the Intel processors. Okay, my laptop has an Intel processor, so let's talk about it. First of all, you need 3 applications. The first one is throttle stop, this one. Okay, this application is going to undervolt your CPU. Okay, this application is gonna do something like, your motherboard giving your CPU 4 volt, but with this application we are going to give our CPU only 2 watt. Okay, because of which our CPU is going to run very smoothly, and it will going to get less heat up. Okay, then the second application is MSI Afterburner. This application is used to undervolt your GPU. Okay, I have the NVIDIA 4050. Okay, so this application is going to help me to undervolt my GPU. Then the third one is Riva Tuner. Okay, so this application comes under this MSI Afterburner installer. Okay, when you install this application, that's an option which you are going to see. After checking that on, that Riva Tuner can also get installed. Okay, this one. Okay, so this application will show you an overlay on your left side. I will show you after a little bit time, but let's first on throttle stop. Okay, let's just go to throttle stop. Okay, my throttle stop is already running. You are going to install your throttle stop at the first time, so don't worry about it. And task. Okay, let's go to throttle stop. Okay, so this is going to be everyone's overlay. Okay, this is going to show this is the throttle stop application, and in options you have to copy everything as it is shown in here. Okay, just tick mark whatever is shown. Okay, nothing is more in this overlay. You can just tick everything you are seeing here. Okay, then say okay. Then this is in this option, right, FIVR. This is where the real deal is going to happen. Okay, let me just do something to show you how it's going to happen. Okay, everything's 0, right? Then everything's going to 44, right? Apply. Okay, just close it. At first I am going to show you how your application will run. Okay, see the settings. This application is used to undervolt your 4050 your GPU, right? Mine has the RTX 4050. You could have the 3050 variant or 4060 variant, according to which you should configure your GPU, right? So as you can see all here, unlock, click everything which is shown in here and do the same. Okay, let's off this and go to curve editor. Okay, this is okay. Mine GPU is correctly configured like everyone's GPUs. Okay, so first of all I will show you my game without doing the undervolting. Okay, I have not applied any undervolting, so let's start the game and see what my GPU can, my laptop can give me without undervolting. Okay, let's go on performance mode, right? This video is going to be a little bit longer, but I will try to teach everyone, okay, teach everyone that what's happening with their laptops, right? Let's just go up. Okay, so as you can see, my temperatures of the CPU are already going up. I am under performance mode. Okay, let's go to a city where a lot of people would be there. As you can see, the temperature on my left, that 89 degrees Celsius, then 91 degrees Celsius. Okay, now that's a very good place. This is a very good place, right? So let's show you everyone what's happening. Let's crank everything at max. I want this frame generation. Okay, let's come down, everything's at max. Okay, right, so let's go back. Let's go. Okay, so these are the max settings which I can get, and everyone should download this game or any other very GPU CPU heavy intense game to undervolt their laptop. Okay, so first of all let's see what our temperatures are. Okay, the CPU is going around 67, 68, right, and GPU is going around 72 degrees Celsius. Okay, I am on the performance mode, and as you can see, my CPU is not crossing 3086 megahertz, right? It's because, oh, I just got a frame rate. Okay, just a second. This throttle stop is messing around, right? And now as you can see, oh, right now. Okay, so now you can see the CPU's temperatures are going a lot of above, as 71 degrees Celsius, then 68 degrees Celsius, 70. It will reach 80 if I move around and do a lot of much more heavy tasks. But what's happening is my CPU is locking at 3186, right? It's because someone is messing around with this settings. Okay, and who is messing around? I don't know. Throttle stop is off, but still someone is messing around. Okay, right. Okay, now okay, now it's good. Now as you can see, my CPU's megahertz, wait a second, here, right, at this you can see my CPU's megahertz are running at 4181, which is my Intel i5-12450HX limit, right? It is the max clock speeds where my CPU can go. You could have your like 13 has, right, 30 i5 13450, or anyone else could have something else. Okay, so I think i5 13450 has much more clock speeds than mine, right? Then as here you can see my GPU is giving me 630 because I am not running the game. I am in this panel, right? It will crank up to the max like 2600 or somewhere, and CPU is running at its full. At full, my CPU is taking up to 33 watt. Okay, and my GPU at full it will take up to 80 watt. As when I close this this panel, you will see that. Okay, and I am getting around 61 FPS at max setting of this laptop, and my CPU is now running at 70 degrees Celsius. Let's go back, and now you can see my GPU has gone up to 2670 megahertz at 79, 69, 80 watts. Okay, and the CPU is running at 3484. It should go up to 4100, but someone is conflicting with my CPU, which is why these are not crossing the 3600 mark. This is mostly the throttle stop which is doing this, but if I go back and again open the game, it's going up to 4181. So you have to don't have any problem with this. Now you can see my CPU is going up to 4181 megahertz, and it's taking around 31, 30, 31, 32 watts. Okay, who is conflicting with my CPU? Throttle stop is conflicting with my CPU. I'm 100% sure that throttle stop buster is doing it. Open. Yes. What are you doing? You moron, you. No. Everything's fine with you. Okay, let's go to the game. And as you can see, the CPU is now running at 4181 at 78, 79, 75 degrees Celsius, 81 degrees Celsius, 74, 75, 77. If I drive somewhere very heavy where a lot of people would be there, then these temperatures are going to cross 80, 90, right? So that's what happening with their laptops. Okay, at the 35 watt TDP, when I touch the back of my laptop panel, it's getting hot. Then when I touch the power button, it's getting hot because my CPU is running at its max, right? So how to see 88 degrees Celsius, 85 degrees Celsius, 88 degrees Celsius, right? 89 degrees Celsius, right? This video is going to be a little bit long, because if I convey my message correctly, then everyone should understand what's happening with the laptop, right? If I just show everyone some bunch of nonsense crap, then no one is going to understand what's happening with the laptop, right? So first of all, you need this overlay at the left, okay, so to understand that their what's happening with their laptop, right? Let's go back and let's start with undervolting our CPU. Okay, first of all we are going to undervolt our CPU, then our GPU. After that we are going to come in the game again, and we are going to see is everything gone fine, or we are still getting higher temperatures. Okay, let me show one thing. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the task manager, and as you can see, my CPU is running at its max 4.0244 gigahertz, and the GPU is also running at max, right? It's taking up to 79% utilization. In game it will take around 100% utilization or 90% utilization. Then memory is I don't want to talk about memory. So I will show you how to go to the BIOS. First of all, shut down your laptop. And after the shutdown, after your laptop getting shut down, click the power on button, and then keep the F2 button, start pressing the F2 button like this, and this BIOS menu will going to open. Now come to this more settings, and then wait a second, let me just defocus. Yes, now go to configuration, and then you have to come to directly here, Lenovo CPU optimization, GPU overclocking enable, undervolt professional. Okay, so if this setting is disabled, okay, then you can't see, there's no undervolt protection shown below this. Okay, see, there's nothing below this. But when I open undervolt optimization, Lenovo Legion optimization, say okay, here you can see a new setting popped, that's undervolt protection. You have to disable it. Okay, after disabling it, it will give you the access to undervolt your laptops. Okay, now let's go up and see all the settings. If something is different in your laptop, you can, this Intel virtualization technology also should be disabled, I guess, to undervolt your laptop. If it's enabled, then your CPU undervolting is not going to get applied. Okay, disabled, then done. Okay, now you have to click F10 and enter. So the laptop is going to get restarted. And after restarting, your undervolt is successfully going to get applied. Not applied, sorry. You can now undervolt your laptop. Okay, let me just do this. So now let's go to throttle stop. It should be automatically running because yes, this thing is a total moron. I have to. So I showed you, I will in the later video I'll show you something about task scheduler. So what task scheduler will do is, it's gonna automate this throttle stop starting and MSI starting. Okay, see those two operations are started. It's because in the later video I shown you how to do this. Okay, close this and throttle stop. Yes, after you undervolting your laptop, you should see this unlock adjustable voltage. You can on this. Okay, if still this is off, then it means you didn't configure your BIOS correctly. Okay, so apply it after unlock. If after that the video will restart, so don't worry about it. Okay, okay, so this is how you should configure your BIOS. Okay, okay, so everything's done. Let's come to throttle stop. In here we are going to undervolt our CPU. So first of all, everyone should come under FIVR. I have shown everyone the options menu, right? So do the same with what's showing in here. Come back, go to FIVR, and let's talk about these settings. Okay, so in CPU core, what you have to do is come under this. It should be unchecked in your laptop. Check this and come here in offset voltage. You have to come directly to 100. Whatever laptop you have, whatever CPU, GPU have, CPU you have, don't worry about it. Just come at -100. Same with CPU P cache, -100 we want to go, and E cache -100 we want to go. Okay, so when you reach this place, all three are set to -100. Now what you have to do it, you have to apply it. Okay, after applying, if your laptop is getting shut down, okay, I don't think everyone's laptops are gonna go shut down at -100, but if your laptop goes shut down, then don't worry, it will start again, it will restart again. There's no need to panic or do something. Okay, my laptop's offset voltage can go up to -131. Okay, my laptop can handle this one. Okay, if I go much lower than this, my laptop gets shut down, and then it will go into the booting state, and it will what should I say, it will reconfigure this to 0 and it will start again. Okay, so don't worry if you are undervolting and your CPU or your laptop gets shut down, don't worry, it will restart again. So let's go to the 100 again, right? Okay, let's go to 100 again, right? CPU core, CPU P cache and CPU E cache, okay, all at -100, and apply, and everything should get applied. If this offset doesn't change, like now it's written here, it means you have not set the BIOS correctly. I will attach the BIOS videos, BIOS settings in this clip, in this video before this throttle stop clip. Okay, don't worry about it. You after coming from BIOS, if this doesn't gives you the authority to check, then it means you didn't done the BIOS setting correctly. Okay, If it unlocks, then it means you are you have done the BIOS setting properly. Okay, so minus 100.6 and your laptop doesn't get shut down. Okay, for example, then what you have to do is you have to lower the settings at minus 105 for all, minus 105 for these two, minus 105. Okay, then apply. If now your laptop gets shut down, don't worry, it will restart. But at minus 105, if your laptop doesn't get shut down, then you can go up to minus 110 for P cache to minus 110, minus CPU core to minus 110. Okay, then apply it. If your laptop still doesn't get shut down, then you can again come to minus 115, minus 115 and minus 115. Okay, then apply. Now assume that my laptop got shut down now. Okay, my laptop got shut down and it's now restarting, it's now coming, and I'm into my system again. Okay, now my system has again restarted after the crash of my CPU. Now why this crash happened? Because let's just assume it. Okay, assume that my system got crashed. Okay, now we again come into my system. Why this happened? This is happened because we lower the voltage. Okay, the same example which I gave you here, our GPU is giving our CPU 2 voltage, but we want to configure it something like only 2 volt should be given to our CPU, right? That's what we are doing here. Okay, by changing this offset voltages, we are lowering the power which we are giving to our CPU. Okay, so if my CPU shut down at minus 115, so what you have to do is you have to lower this by minus 10. Okay, minus 15 minus 10 means minus 5. Okay, now at minus 5 your undervolt got applied successfully, and now if you run your game, then you are going to see some really major what should I say, performance difference, not performance, temperature differences in your game. Okay, apart from this, my laptop can go to minus 131, so I always run my laptop on minus 125. Okay, I will choose my settings. Okay, minus 125. So next talk about these turbo groups. Okay, all your CPUs has the base TDP of base what should I say, clock speeds of 2.40. For 4060 it could be different, for the Ryzen processors it could be different. Okay, but my 12450HX goes up to 2.40. So what I am going to do is, and it can go up to 4.2 gigahertz with this turbo, right? The Intel has something called turbo boost or something, which boost my CPU's base clock speeds to 4 gigahertz. Okay, its base speed is 2.40. It should be 2.40, but with that turbo function, my CPU can go up to 4.01. Okay, so to run any application, to run any game, these 4.00 gigahertz are too much. Okay, it's more than enough to do every task. So what I do is I come here and I'm going to edit this to 36. Okay, so every group is now 36. It means what's going to happen is my let's apply it. Okay, the game is still running, as you can see, and here you can see my gigahertz, which was 4.2 earlier, is now locked at 3.6, right? 336 means 3.6, 3600 gigahertz, megahertz, right? Gigahertz, I say, sorry, 3.6 gigahertz and 3600 megahertz, right? So 3600, we are locked at 3600, and now if I run my game, I will open the game. But before that, if you are an editor, okay, if you do editing stuff, so I will suggest to run this CPU at 4.01, because I think this editor softwares go up to 4.1 gigahertz, right? So if you edit a lot of videos on your laptop, then I will suggest don't change this setting. Okay, you can run the 4.2 gigahertz, right? 42, I think the 46 not 40 60, sorry, i5 13 gen processors would have here the max should be 44. Mine has 4.2, yours should have 44. Okay, so you can go up to 37 or 38. Okay, let's apply it. Let's minimize this. Just minimize it. Okay, don't close this throttle stop. Okay, minimize it and come to the game again, and let's see what magic has happened. Okay, so now I am inside the game. Let's run, and as you can see my temperatures are right now at 69 degrees Celsius, 67 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Celsius, right? 65 degrees Celsius, 67. I am under performance mode. Okay, I didn't still configured it at custom mode. Okay, and at custom mode this laptops go like very good. Okay, so I will just show you how to go to custom mode, and in custom mode this performance are going to go more than it's right now. Okay, so as you can see the temperatures are at 67, 70, 65, 70. I am in a room where there's no fan right now running because I'm recording a video. There's no AC, there's no cooler, nothing. So this temperature at which I am getting right now are one of the best temperature your CPU needs, right? Your CPU can, in reality, it can handle up to 80 degrees Celsius. That's no joke. It can easily run at 80 degrees Celsius. But running your CPUs at 60 to 70 or 70 to 75 will greatly increase the lifetime of your CPUs, right? So let's just change your CPUs. What should I say? Mode from performance mode to custom mode. Okay, let's do this. If I told about the quiet mode, right? Don't play the games on quiet mode. I will show you a much more better option after you undervolting your CPU. Okay, now reset it to performance mode. We are on best performance mode, fan speed at full, and performance at crank this all at max. Okay, we want everything at max. Okay, not temperature should be around 90, right? If you want to understand what are the settings, then you can come here and it will show you what's happening, what are you changing with your CPU or GPU, right? So let's come down, and I don't want my GPU to help my CPU in any way, so it's 0 watt. Then CPU long term cross limit, I want it to handle around 55 watt. So let's talk about the CPU long term power limit. Okay, you crank this up at 55 max, so your CPU can run at 55 watt for longer time, right? GPU CGTGP to 95. Your settings could be a little bit different. You could have the option of 105 or only 80. You can max it out. Okay, then PL1 tau to 160. Then CPU to GPU dynamic boost. I don't want my CPU to help my GPU, so I will keep it at 10 watt. Okay, but still this 10 watt is going to help my GPU. I will show you how it helps my GPU. Then GPU temperature limit at 87 degrees Celsius. Close this, say yes, close this and minimize it. Okay, now I am under custom mode. My fans are cranked up at its 100% utilization. In performance mode, what's happened is your fan only runs at 80 or 70% of your full max speed. Okay, so never play the games on performance mode, always play the game on custom mode. Now we are inside the game again, and as you can see my CPU clock speeds are now 4181 because I think I offed my throttle stop. Okay, let's run the throttle stop again. Okay, everything's applied. Okay, so let's run the game, and it's again locked at 3500, right? So as you can see my fans are running at its max. The temperatures are shown here as 62 degrees Celsius, 64 degrees Celsius. The power which my CPU is now taking is 23 watts, 23, 24, and my GPU is running at 71 watts. Okay, it just undermining my GPU because the GPU needs around 30 watt to no my GPU is also taking see, it's boosted up to 79. So I am not getting any performance like lags or something. My game is running at 52 FPS properly. I'm just running it at let's just do it around 60 and everything's at max, right? No one plays all the games at max, and my values are set up to, let's go to 138. Okay, so as you can see, my FPS can go up to 46, right? And at this much of very good graphics, I'm getting around 66 degrees Celsius, 64 degrees Celsius, 67. I'm not using any external cooling pad, any fans or nothing. I'm just using the laptop's fans, right? So a lot of people were saying the fans of these laptops are bad. No, the only thing is happening is these laptops are very badly configured from the company. Okay, if you configure this laptop properly, then these are one of the best laptop which you can get at this price range. Okay, so now let's move on and let's configure our GPU too. Okay, now you can see the my GPU is going up to 2670 megahertz and pulling around 77-79 watts, right, at 98% utilization, and giving me around 71 degrees Celsius, which is a very good temperature. But I want to use my GPU in a long term. Okay, so what I'm going to do it, I'm going to go into MSI Afterburner, open it, say yes, and here I will just show you the settings. Just copy all the settings as it is, say OK, and let's come into curve editor. Okay, so this is the place where we are going to do our undervolting of our GPU. Okay, so as you can see, my 4050 is running at 27. My GPU can go up to 2715 megahertz. It's the max megahertz which my GPU can go up to at the power 1035, right? At 1035 voltage, my GPU can go up to 2715 megahertz clock speeds, right? But me running every game at this clock speed, at this voltage, will really gonna affect my GPU in a long term, right? I don't want to use my GPU at its max peak performance every day, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to power limit my GPU and then lower the megahertz too, because it is going to help my GPU greatly in a long run, right? So first of all, let's show you how to do it. Okay, the GPU, the voltage which my GPU is running, these settings could be different for your 4060, for 3050, right? Because 3050 could be like 1000 and at 2600 here. Your 4050 could be at 1035, but the performance could be higher than my 4050, right? So what I'm going to do is, I am going to lower the power and lower the performance a little bit too. Okay, keep an eye here, it's 2715. My laptop can support up to 950. Okay, if I go below 950, my GPU dies. Okay, my GPU dies, my laptop goes in a shutdown mode, and it will revive itself after 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, don't worry about it. Undervolting never harms your laptops. Okay, it's just a way to give your laptop lower power, because of which you can get lower temperatures and a good performance. Okay, so I'm not going to go directly at 950, because I want to show you how to do it. Okay, so most of the users should go up at here. 975 is a good number, then crank it up to 2715. Okay, because my peak performance is 2715, right? So click this and go up to 2715. Okay, and now what you have to do is, you have to hold the shift button. Okay, keep the shift button holded, and click the mouse, what should I say, left tap, and drag it down to your right. Okay, after you dragging down on your right, keep the shift button holded and click the enter button twice. Okay, as you can see, the line got flatlined, and after me applying this, it will readjust itself. Okay, so now what's happened is, my GPU can run at 975 voltage and give me up to 2685 of my total GPU clock speeds. Okay, this is a very good number, because me running my GPU at 2700 every day, will really harm my GPU, right? Because it's a laptop GPU, it's not a PC GPU, right? So I will just show you. If your GPU dies at this 975, okay, so you have to just go above here and you have to adjust this one, okay. If your GPU dies at 975, then you have to use 985 and go to the same settings and apply it, okay. If your GPU still dies at 985, then you should go up to one here, okay, like 1000 is too much. Come to your left, a little bit left, yes, 995, okay. Then you have to adjust this one, okay. If your CPU doesn't die at 995, then play the game. If the game crashes, it means it's still bad for your GPU, then go up little bit higher. But my CPU can go up to 950, and I think everyone's GPU could go up to 975. There should be no worry about it. If your GPU dies at 975, the same CPU analogy you have to use. You have to go 5 above, 5 above, 5 above, 5 above, right? Now I will just start my game, and as you can see, oh sorry, I just tapped the Windows button, okay. So as here you can see, my GPU temperatures are greatly in control now. My GPU utilization is 98%, 98.7%, and the megahertz, the clock speed which I am getting is 2685, which I set it in the MSI Afterburner, right? You can see here it's taking 73 watt of power and giving me 2685 megahertz, right? Which we just set it here at here I can just this is 2685 clock speeds at 975 of power, right? So because of we are giving 975 only power, the this one, the watt is also a little bit gone down, right? It's giving me about 71 watt, 76 watt. It's not touching 80 watt, which it would have touched if I have used 2715 megahertz, right? So but what I do is I don't run my GPU at this much of value too. What I do is I always run my GPU at 950 with the power of 2655. Okay, this is my settings. If you have 4050, you can copy the settings, but if you need every inch of your GPU power, then you can do whatever you want to do, right? So keep the shift button holded, touch the mouse button and drag to your right. Keep the shift button holded, click the enter button twice, it will flatline, then say apply and then close it. Minimize this, don't close these applications, okay. After changing this settings panel, you have to also click this one also, okay. Check this option also and just minimize it. If you close the option, then the undervolting will go, okay. In here in system tray, as you can see, my afterburner is running, my throttle stop is running, and I am going inside the game, and you can see I am getting, right, 2600 megahertz log, and the temperatures as you can see are 63 degrees Celsius of my CPU and 69, 67, 66, 67, right? These are very good temperatures, and my GPU also taking around 70, 68, 71 watt of power, right? Most of the editors were saying that their GPU is not getting the TDP which it can go up to because of that vantage settings, okay. If you manually correctly configure your laptop, then it will be very helpful for your laptop, okay. So let's just off this one, and I think I talked about the undervolting correctly. If anyone had any issues with my video, if anyone thinks that something gone wrong, he can comment down below and correct me. And let's talk about two applications which I wanted to give to the newcomers, okay. So as you can see in here, the file manager shows me my Windows SSD has 274 GB of free from 512 GB, right? But I don't understand who is taking my space, right? In PC someone is taking this much of my storage, but who is taking it I don't know, right? So the application which I will give everyone is this tree size. Okay, so everyone who is the newbie should use this application. What this application will do is it will show you the exact, wait a second, okay, right, so the exact thing which is taking a lot of your space, right? In games 84 GB, right, so someone is taking my 84 GB, and who is this guy? This guy is the cyberpunk game, right? So this is a very good application to understand who is taking your space. And for a warning for the newcomers, don't delete this Windows file. Okay, if you delete this, your Windows will gonna crash, because all the drivers and all the important softwares to run your to run your laptop is in here. Don't delete this. Okay, you can delete this game, you can delete this anything, you can delete the DaVinci, which I can find around in program files, I guess, right? Someone is taking 10 GB, and who is this? This is my power auto. Okay, this sorry, I just checked something wrong, but still this application you can use to understand your memory properly. Okay, sorry. So the second application is the Revo uninstaller. Okay, so what this application will help you to is to delete your applications residues also. Okay, for example, I am going to delete an application which is let's say I want to delete tree size. Okay, I will install it again, but I will delete it now for you. So tree size, uninstall, and I am going to uncheck this. I don't want the application to make any system recovery for this. Continue, and as you can see, I just deleted my tree size, right? So uninstalling tree size, and it gone deleted, right? So most of the people will think that their application has been deleted, but what happens is in this Windows Windows computers, what happens is their residue still there in your PC. Okay, as you can see, when I scan here you can see still the residue of the application is still there. What I am going to do is I am going to check everything, and I am going to delete it, and I am going to check this too. There's also a file called treesize.exe which could have took 43.10 KB of my space, right? So this small space becomes larger, and then you don't understand what happened with your memory, right? So these two applications are very good. I deleted just one application of them all. So let's talk about how to set these two applications after you restart your laptop, right? If you restart your laptop, these two applications are gonna go shut down, right? So are gonna go off, right? So what you have to do is you have to come under task scheduler here, open this application, and under this I already made the throttle stop and MSI afterburner, right? And they are showing as ready because I just offed them and on that they should show running, right? So what you have to do is you have to come in create task, then name it like throttle stop 1, right? Because throttle stop is already named in my application. Run only when user is logged on, run with highest privilege, run whether user is logged on or not. Okay, run it with highest privilege because you want to run it every time when you restart your laptop, right? Say okay, sorry, then go to triggers, and here you have to choose, go to new, right? Then daily, monthly, expire. Okay, so here you have to check at log on. Okay, whenever you are going to log in your ID, this thing is going to get triggered. Okay, at log on, any user, yes, any user, then activate it, right? Everything's good. Say okay, right? Then go to actions, here choose new, and now we are going to choose a startup program, right? Okay, startup program action. And what this is going to do is we have to see where our throttle stop is installed. my throttle stop is installed here, right? So I am going to right click on it and come under copy as path, copy the file location, minimize it, and here you have to do Control V. Okay, so what I did is I attached the applications, what should I say, the destination of the application, and I said okay, and conditions, there should be no condition, and settings I don't want it. Okay, say okay and just type the password. I don't know what password you set it on your PC, but if after you doing this password thing and if it still doesn't gives you the authority to save it, it means that this password is what you are what should I say, you set it when you made your Microsoft account, right? You try your Microsoft account here. If that works, then good. Don't put and also put your CPU of your computer's password. Okay, try both. If none of them works, then you comment down below. If something works, then write okay. It will say okay. And now you can see throttle stop 1 at log on of any user. Okay, so when I'm going to restart the laptop, this setting is going to get triggered and throttle stop is going to start automatically. Okay, same with the what should I say, same with the MSI afterburner. Create task, general, MSI, then run whether user is log on or not. Don't okay, right? Done with highest privilege. Go to trigger, new, then you have to come here and at log on, sorry, at startup also you can do, but I prefer at log on any user, and okay, and action is to run the startup program. And what the program is? MSI afterburner, this one. Okay, you have to go to open file location here, and can I go inside the open file location, and here is the real application, right? So I am going to do a copy as path thing, and I am going to do Control V. Okay, then say okay. So is there any condition which I want to apply? No. Okay, so okay, and put your password which was there. If I am just put it a wrong password, it will say this thing. Okay, if you put your correct password, it will automatically going to assign. Okay, right here you can see MSI afterburner is ready. After you restarting the application your PC, you come here and check it. Okay, if it says running, it means your task scheduler is properly assigned to the application to run that application. Okay, so that's it for the video. If something is, some wrong advice is given in this video, you can comment down below. Thank you for watching the video. Right.